I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Pain heals. Chicks dig scars. Glory lasts forever.
At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought.
We will be perfect in every aspect of the game. You drop a pass, you run a mile. You miss a blocking assignment, you run a mile. You fumble the football, and I will break my foot off in your John Brown hind parts.
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
Screw them. This is your time. Now go out there and take it.
It's 106 miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
What's good? What's good? What's good?
One moment. I'm involved in a contest here.
Yeah, I'm sure you are.
It's a must win.
Yeah. Focus.
There it is.
Focus.
She won.
Welcome to another episode of the Armchair Authority. My name is Ryan. With me as always is Kelly. Kelly, have you ever looked at somebody and just thought, how have you made it 50 years on this earth?
The way that you were looking at me, I can relate.
Yeah.
Yes, I have thought that.
Yeah. Pretty incredible. Quite a run you've had.
I just wanted to wipe off my dry erase board. That was all.
Yeah.
You know, so there was some extra debris on there. Debris upon wiping the dry erase board.
Oh, gotcha.
Let me finish that. Upon wiping dry erase board, that I just wanted to smack off of there quick.
Yeah.
I didn't think far enough ahead that the dry erase marker would actually nearly take my eyesight in my left eye.
Yeah.
But I have learned. I have learned a valuable lesson. Even at 52, I'm learning, Ryan.
It's good.
That's the important point to
Always
take from
learning.
this. Always learning.
You never stop learning. Speaking of wiping, you ever think about the fact that it's just like dry paper?
Jesus, is this where we're going?
Well, I mean, there's a big like community of people out there that are advocating for people just to put bidets in all over the place.
Oh.
I personally have never partaken, but you know,
fun fact. You ever try that? You ever try one?
a bidet? No, I just said I haven't partaken. I don't
Never,
know.
huh?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. There's something to be appreciated.
I've heard
about
good
it.
things.
You can hear good things.
I've heard good things.
You will see good results. You will appreciate said activity.
I have to imagine it's a much more efficient clean. I just wonder about the after effect. Like, do you then follow it up with like paper, and then all that stuff? Because it's got to be pretty moist down there. You can't just,
Well, depending on the strain of influenza you may suffer from, you pat dry anyway. It's pretty much the same.
Yeah, the old pat dry.
And the old rear region diarrhea, rear region butt urine comes a fly in. I mean, it's a pat dry system.
Yeah, a lot of crap going around lately. After we wrapped up last week's show, it was like one of those things where I was like, I thought I just had a sinus infection, and then that quickly over the next like day and a half turned into influenza B. So a lot of body aches, a lot of cold chills. One of those things where you're under the covers and it's too hot, but you're outside of the covers and it's too cold. Can't regulate. Terrible. Our whole family got it. And finally feeling normal again today. Still some slight congestion going on, so if I sound a little bit more nasally than usual, then that's what's going on today. But it's just one of those deals, man. It's like, your kids bring home stuff. They go to daycare. You pay for it. You pay for your house to be a petri dish. That's what you do.
That's how it is, man.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Village immunity, or whatever the hell they call that.
Herd.
That's it.
Herd immunity.
I like village.
Yeah. The village. Well, it takes a village.
It takes a village to build the immunity
of the herd.
It takes a village to raise somebody. Something like that. I don't even know.
Yeah.
Not me, though. Spot on. Locked in. Healthy as a horse, baby.
As a horse.
Healthy as a horse.
Well, don't get as sick as a horse, because I think they just turn those into glue.
Well, predominantly, they only suffer primarily from hoof injuries.
Oh,
Or unless they run through a fence.
hoofitis.
And then they got, yeah.
Yeah. Hoofluenza.
Yep.
Other hoof-related puns.
Great content. Fantastic.
It's been a week. It's just one of those deals where I'm like, just trying to keep my head above water, trying to emotionally just overcome a lot of stuff, whether it be work or relationships, or just trying to be the best person that you can be. And it's just like, man, sometimes it all just comes to a head, and you're like, all right, got to persevere, because what other choice do I have at this point? You know.
You mentioned relationships. Some marital woes.
No.
Should we do a little marital counseling right
Oh,
here,
really?
right here
Yeah.
on air?
Yeah. No, not.
You want
nothing,
some?
I would say nothing. No, not even close. It's just it affects when your job sucks. It affects your home life, and then your home life, and your wife's like, "What's going on with you?" And you're like, "Well, work sucks," and then it just snowballs down the hill, and you try to do your best to hide it, but then it's like that catch-22 where it's like, "Why don't you open up and say anything?" Well, because if I do, then we have these type of conversations.
Yeah, and they make me really uncomfortable.
Yeah,
and I don't like
yeah.
them so much.
Yeah, I think a lot of men suffer from that, where they're just like, they try to just push it way, way down and never let it back up again, type of thing.
Yeah. Or you just run.
Yeah.
I sense conflict. Peel out.
Yeah.
Peel out. Go.
Yeah. It is.
Evacuate.
It's kind of interesting how we as a species tend to handle those things, and it's like one of those deals that it's just like, it's common between all men. You talk to a lot of people, and they're just like, yeah, just trying to handle it the best that I can, and they don't really want to elaborate it on anymore. They just hold on to it, and hopefully it resolves at some point, or they figure out a way. But yeah, it just sucks that like that portion of your life that you need in order to provide for your family not only can affect your family in a financial way, but it can also do it in an emotional way if it's not going the correct way, and you're just like trying to figure out how to navigate those waters and still be the person that you need to be while trying to process that as well. And it's just, sometimes it just sucks, it just sucks. You feel like you're failing in like every aspect of it, where you're like, cool, not a good employee, not doing what I need to do to be a good husband, and my kids are yelling at me all the time, or crying or doing whatever, so I feel like I'm not succeeding as a father, and it just kind of all compounds at once. And
Jesus, you probably feel a bit like a loser.
oh, huge, big time.
Yeah.
Big time loser.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
I won't hold the L up over my forehead, but I'm here with you. I'm going to meet you where you're at, brother.
You throw that little pity party, and you try to get over it. And I'm feeling a lot better today, but it's just one of those deals where you just want to kind of crawl into a hole and not really have to converse with anyone.
Dude. So note to self, I walk in and say, "Hey Ryan, what do you think? Let's keep it light today. The hell with sports. Let's just go off on this for a while.
Yeah.
Let's keep it light. Ooh, didn't know we're going this way.
Nah, I didn't either, and it's where the winds take you, right? It's where it's gonna go.
That's it.
But things are good, man. Like, I got a great wife, I got great kids. I'm rich in a lot of other areas. Healthy, all that stuff. You got to put things into perspective every now and again and realize that like that one area of your life, like it's just a job. How many times have you changed jobs, or how many times have you tried to overcome some different obstacles, and it's turned out just fine.
Yeah, you left me hanging.
I did. Yeah.
You just kind of left me.
It's been 3 years now.
One day you're there.
Yeah.
Next day you're not. 3 years later you're not.
Yeah.
Just kind of left me hanging.
Yeah.
You hear all these people talk about the division between your professional life and your private life, and don't let them mix, and that for what you're talking about,
exactly,
right? The emotional piece and kind of the spillover and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So you'll go to, you remember these, you remember the annual trainings that you go to. You get 3 days, ultimately the equivalent of 3 days worth of training, right? They might jumble it up into 2 days or however they do it now. In any event, about a 15 to 20 to maybe a 30-minute portion in there generally, unless somebody can try to find humor and bring humor and try to expand said session, you get a small window. In the grand scheme of the entire training, you get this really small window about take care of yourself, rejuvenate, separate professional from private.
Yeah.
Like the rest of the training has you just wanting to bounce your face off the table 2.5 days. And then you get this small little thing about, trying to bring you back to life. And, hey, always remember, you're a dad first, you're a husband first, you're whatever. This is your job. Don't let your job get in the way. It's funny how they condense that down into a tiny little bit.
It's almost like they need to kind of like check that box to make sure they talked about it for a minute.
Right.
But
right.
I don't know. I was doing what I do now versus what I was doing when we worked together. I found it much easier with the previous position to be able to do that, because there were times where I could take days off, you know, and it was just like, I didn't feel like I was always on. In this job, I feel like I'm always on.
Yeah.
Like, and I know it's just retail and I know it's a couple other things, but like it's like weekends, holidays, whatever. Like somebody's always got a question. Somebody's always asking me something about what's happening in the territory. And, and it's just, yeah, I think there's definitely a lot of different pressures that go along with it. But there is something to be said as well about just showing up from 8 to 5 and doing your thing and then going home at times as well.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's like growing up, I've realized that it's, number one, a lot of life is what you make it. But number two, you just got to play the game.
Yeah.
And you can't avoid it.
We got into a lot of great conversations when we worked together, though.
Yeah.
I mean, if we'd have had these mics then, oh man.
Well, I mean, that's kind of what this whole thing stemmed from, too, right?
Exactly.
Where it was like those conversations that were had in the offices.
Oh, shit, there's an eraser on there.
Yeah.
Why am I using my hand?
I don't know, because, again, how?
Here I am, sucker.
Yeah, sucker. Like a cockroach.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, but everything's good, man. Like, I probably didn't explain that very well, but it's just one of those things where life kind of gives you a gut punch in the first quarter, and now I got to chip away at it for the next 3 to see if I can salvage some of it. And none of it's my fault. It's just the circumstances of the economy and people and product and businesses and all sorts of stuff. So it definitely doesn't help when we're actively engaging in, bombing other countries and doing other things that are allowing people to be unsettled within their own environment. So they're like, you know what, I don't really feel like spending money right now. I feel like staying at home and just kind of seeing what's going on, especially in our territory, especially in our neck of the woods, where people are very cautious about planning out maybe their next 3 steps before they even take 1.
Truth.
So, yeah.
Truth. I am not watching, reading, following in any way, shape, or form when you talk about bombing and doing all this other stuff. I am not entertaining any of that via social media, news outlets, anything. I'm not following along. And I've had people walk into the office and they're like, God, you see what's going on with this country or this country and what we're doing? And I'm like, nope.
Yeah.
I don't know. And they're ridiculing me about why I'm not keeping tabs and why I'm not paying attention and why you know how this affects you. And I'm like, you know what? In the grand scheme of things, I got enough shit to worry about in just ordinary day-to-day life. I don't need to worry about things that I truly have zero control over. And going to the news anymore, no, I'm not getting on a soapbox and I'm not going to spend a lot of time here, but getting on the news anymore for anything, it's just bad.
Well, yeah, I mean,
it's just bad. And that's what gets clicks. That's what gets attention. But that's where people want to fixate. That's what they want to read, right? We don't want to read a good story about some kid that survived leukemia and did this and this and this. We don't want to read that. We'll get 1,000 clicks on that, but we'll get 5,000 on who just dropped a freaking bomb on somebody and did whatever. The news is bad.
Well, it's not only is it bad, but it's skewed in one direction or the other.
Generally.
Regardless of what side of the aisle you're on, whether you're left or right, whatever news that you are getting is usually being... It's an echo chamber, right? Like you're just sitting in there hearing what you want to hear. You're not actually hearing like a neutral version of it. And people will say, well, I listen to this network and they don't do it. And then you look into who's donating to that place and it's like, oh, so there are special interests behind that as well.
Oh man. And
which is why I think this podcast medium is so, well, I think it's important, but I also think people are resonating with it a lot more because I mean, we don't get paid to do this. This is just our opinion on whatever it is. We don't specialize in politics, but nobody's telling me to say something good about the Lions or have a terrible take about Lamar Jackson or whatever.
Right.
Like it's all genuine, and I think more people are wanting that, searching for that. Whereas a lot of these other news outlets and wherever you're getting your stuff from social media. I mean, you look at COVID, Facebook outright admitted that they were like suppressing certain stories.
Oh yeah,
about what was happening during COVID. You and I had those conversations at work too, where we're like, that doesn't make any sense. They're saying this, but this is what we're seeing out in public, and it's like,
right,
what's happening?
And there were a lot of mandates and a lot of decisions that were being forced upon people.
Yeah,
with information being hidden.
Right.
Which I think, like you said, we talked about it, and I think it's like, oh yeah, just wait until this.
Yeah.
Just wait until this. We're doing the whole what ifs and wait and do all that shit.
Yeah.
But I watch people who follow what's going on every day throughout different parts of the world. And I'm telling you, the way that it affects them emotionally and the anger and the irritation and the whatever, it's like, no No,
Yeah, not
I don't
worth it.
need to bring any of that
Yeah.
into what I'm doing on
not
a
worth it.
day to day. No freaking way.
But there are a ton of people out there that they focus on it, man, and it affects their decision making with everything that they do, from how they treat their children to how they spend their money and all of it. And I mean, right now I'm seeing the repercussions of it in my own industry, where people are just kind of holding on to their money right now because they're not really sure what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So,
Well, drive by a gas pump. It's not hard to tell who we're in a conflict with.
exactly.
You know, drive by the
I mean, and it shot up quick.
overnight,
Yeah.
like 30, 40 cents.
Yeah.
I'm cruising along. One night I'm driving home from work. The next morning I'm going in and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
I almost feel like I should reach out to the kids and say, hey, go ahead and grab Dad's credit card.
Yeah.
Go fill your tanks real quick because I don't know if this is going up or down from today.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just like immediate. It's like, oh, well, okay. I'm a smart enough guy.
Yeah.
I've survived
Yeah.
to the age of 52.
Right. Been around
You know?
long enough.
I know what's going on. I know. I know where the
seen some
conflict
things.
is.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. So just kind of in survival mode right now, and it's all good. Like I said, I'm rich in other areas. I don't need to be rich in the wallet. I just need to know that my kids are healthy, that they're happy, and same with my wife, and that we're just continuing to press forward. So, and I think some of that stuff gets lost. I think I've had a lot of conversations with people where we get so focused on having excess and we forget about having enough.
Correct.
Yep. We have what we need. We still got a roof over our head. We're still able to eat. Still able to have fun and all the basic amenities that we want. But maybe we won't be able to buy the extra things that we want to for a little bit. So
Yeah. You want a real condensed version of that probably doesn't make a hell of a lot of sense, but it doesn't matter. Nothing has so far. You remember that whole diet thing?
Yeah.
That whole diet, or it wasn't necessarily a diet, but it was kind of this little transformation thing that I was doing where I had to get my head wrapped around only eating enough to get you to the next meal. Mm-hmm. Not feeling satisfied, not feeling full, not feeling whatever, just enough to get you. And I had to wrap my head around that. And it took a very long time to figure out that, okay, this is where I can draw the line. This will get me to my next meal without nosediving or blood sugars going crazy or whatever the case is. But that's in a much larger scale. That's what you're talking about.
Well, yeah, I mean,
like just get to the next decision, get to the next action, get to the next day, get whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a perfect analogy. And even throughout my own fitness journey the last couple of years, it's been, okay, well, my body mainly runs off of protein. And that keeps me fuller longer. And sometimes you don't need to eat for enjoyment. You just need to eat to exist. And that's fine.
Enjoyment eating, though, is some of the best eating.
Right, but it's excess. It's not necessary.
That's how you define it. It's really how you define it.
It's not necessary.
Stress eating is necessary, right?
I mean so like for me, I and coming to the realization of certain things that are affecting you, where it's like some people are, they deal with stress and high pressure situations within their life, and they turn to alcohol or they turn to drugs or whatever. And I didn't realize it, but I was turning to food. It was just kind of filling that. It was that quick dopamine hit where I would hit something. Okay, this is sweet, or it's whatever, and it was a quick snack, and like it got me 15 minutes of feeling good, right? And then it wore off, but then the effects stayed because it was the extra sugar in my body or whatever.
Oh yeah,
it just wasn't worth it. So,
do you ever find yourself like, do you eat chips anymore?
Different types of chips, but yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So you ever find yourself just like eating something, and you're like, do I really need this? But it tastes so freaking good.
Yeah.
That you just keep reaching in the bag again.
Yeah.
And again. Yeah. And again. I do that shit with popcorn at these basketball games.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't need this.
Yeah.
I don't need this, but it just freaking. And then somebody comes up and they put a little extra butter on it. It's like, oh, hey, Kelly, you want to try some popcorn? Oh, man. Now I'm hooked.
Yeah.
Now I got a big problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that feeling. I know the feeling of it the other way, too, where I've tried to train my brain where I'm like, does this taste good enough for me to waste X amount of fat on it or X amount of calories or whatever?
Sure does.
And there are times where I'm like, yeah, okay, but there's other times where I'm like, this is awful. Like, I don't even want to waste my time with it. It's not worth the 300 calories that I'm about to consume.
Yeah, well, let me tell you something. Papa Murphy's just came out with a jalapeno popper pizza.
That's fun to say.
A jalapeno popper pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead with that argument that you just made right there. Like, is this really good enough to really? You bet your ass. It's worth every bit of the calories, every bit of everything that's.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Papa Murphy's, right? It's all good. It's all genuine. It's probably the healthiest pizza out there.
Sure. better ingredients.
That's what you tell yourself when you're eating your 7th slice, right? That's
But I mean, that's another important thing too. It's everything in moderation, because I found that like, okay, I don't need to eat like a pig every single day, but it's okay if I do it once every 2 weeks or whatever. Like I had a buddy that was in town that I hadn't seen in a long time. He hadn't been back to Rapid in 10 years, so we took him down to the Sour, and I was like, all right, we're gonna get some pastries and we're gonna do it right. And I ate an entire cinnamon roll that day, and it didn't affect the goals that I was trying to reach.
nope.
But
Everybody will tell you get a cheat day,
yeah.
and you better take full advantage of it.
Yep. But I think that's an important thing to look at life too, where it's just, it's okay to splurge every once in a while. It's okay to go on vacation, but you shouldn't waste a ton of money on going on vacations every other month, or eating like absolute garbage every other day or whatever.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah. So I just trying to, as I get older, I'm just trying to retool my brain into different ways of thinking that are more valuable than the ways that I used to think.
I just got to survive to my cheat day. If I could just make my cheat day,
Yeah.
all problems will go away.
Yeah.
Is that an entire apple pie? That's mine. That's cheat day.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, and even sometimes it's like, well, my calories reset tomorrow. So if I can just kind of survive through the rest of today, we can start over again tomorrow and do better. Maybe. I don't know.
Roger that.
Yeah. Anyway, didn't think that's where that was going to go, but let's do the Immaculate Grid.
I love it.
This is something that you cried about us not doing last week.
So I didn't cry, for starters. Secondly, we are going to do sports today. Is this what I'm gathering?
Yes, we are.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah, we're gonna do some sporty sports. Let me see if I can get.
Let's get some Sam Spence rolling here.
Oh yeah.
There it is.
Turn that up a little bit. Okay, Immaculate Grid. For those that don't know, we did this a couple weeks, but basically it's a 3x3 grid. So there's 9 total guesses, and it basically we're just trying to find the one player that fits the description that we're trying to meet for these teams, and see if we can be in the top percentage of guesses by trying to guess maybe the most obscure player of the lot.
I have a hard enough time getting the most obvious player. This music should be followed with somebody with a very deep voice who's talking about all these records being broken or these huge hits.
1965.
Exactly. We were in the frozen tundra.
Super Bowl II. Bart Starr. Yeah, for real. I mean, it is an NFL Films thing. I mean, it's
a
classic.
Right?
It's a classic.
Great.
So, all right. So the first one that we've got here is we just need to find a player that played for both the Lions and the Panthers.
Goodness gracious.
The Lions and the Panthers.
Great.
The problem is I don't know a ton of Panther players.
I don't know a ton of Panther players, especially. I mean, I'm trying to go back. I'm thinking like
that's even
I'm thinking
harder.
like Kerry Collins.
Yeah.
But he didn't play for the Lions. I'm thinking running back wise. I mean, no. Is there a wide receiver? I don't know. Is it an old lineman? I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know.
For years, these two teams were pretty much interchangeable in just badness. Like you could say either Detroit or Carolina. And
we're both horrible, but we have Barry Sanders.
Yep, and we both have cats as mascots.
Jungle cats.
So that's one of the ones we're looking for. We can move on to how about a lion or an eagle? Does that make things a little easier?
Let's see. Let's go to the obvious. So Donovan McNabb, no.
This one seems to be pretty tough today. How about a ram or an eagle? Player that played for the Rams and the Eagles. Or a player that played for the Titans and the Eagles or the Rams and the... Well, we could do...
Do you know any of these? I am honestly completely blanked out.
So the Rams and the Panthers, I think I can do Sam Darnold, right?
I don't recall Sam Darnold
Or was it
playing
Baker
for the
Mayfield?
Rams.
Was it Baker Mayfield?
Yeah, Baker Mayfield played. Yeah, that's a good one.
Well, I just used one of our guesses on Sam Darnold.
It's not like we're going to need him. That little give up button over there, just get ready for it.
So yeah, Baker Mayfield would count. He's at 69% of the guesses, so he's a very high guess.
Wow.
How about a passer for one season that threw for 3,000 yards that played for the Lions?
Jared Goff. And I know that's super obvious, and it might not even be right.
There you go.
Okay.
How about a 3,000-yard passer for the Rams?
I don't want to say it, but I have to. Matt Stafford.
Or
I don't know any quarterbacks prior to Jared Goff.
Did Sam Bradford? Are you confident enough that Sam Bradford threw for 3,000 yards for the Rams?
No.
3,000 yards.
Click it.
6%. That was a good guess.
Nice job.
There we go.
Didn't even know he played for him.
What? He was drafted number 1 overall. He was
Exactly.
This is when they were in St. Louis.
And then he disappeared.
Yep. How about
that says L.A. That's skewed. That says L.A.
How about a 3,000-yard passer that played for the Tennessee Titans?
I don't think he ever did, but the only one I can think of is Steve McNair.
Steve McNair, Ryan Tannehill, Warren Moon?
Well, as an Oiler, does that count? Put Warren Moon.
Are you willing to risk a guess?
Well, I mean, they were the Oilers and then the Titans. I mean, he was never a Titan.
Well, the Houston Oilers, but then they did become the Tennessee Titans.
Right. The franchise was purchased and moved to Tennessee.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Do Steve McNair.
That's going to be a high guess. I'm going to guess it's not. Only 23%.
See? I'll go with that.
Interesting.
I'll go with that.
Man, a player that played for the Rams and the Eagles. Rams and the Eagles.
You just... The thing, and somebody can fact check, man. I know they're going to, oh, Gil, you're an idiot. Like you said however many episodes ago, somebody is sitting back on listening to this be like, you guys are idiots. It's so-and-so. You don't generally see like trades. If you're thinking about a trade, like free agency, yes. But trade-wise, you don't see a lot of guys that actually go NFC to NFC.
Yeah.
Or AFC to AFC. You don't generally see it. It's not as common as the other way around. But
I mean, even if, and just full transparency, even if you Google it.
Chris Long wouldn't got it.
Nope.
Ron Jaworski?
Nope.
77 to 86? Yeah, no thanks.
I didn't even know Deshaun Jackson played for the Rams because he was only there for a year.
See, I wouldn't get any of those.
Jeff Kemp was with the Rams for 4 years, but he was only with the Eagles for a year. Chris Long.
I totally would have gotten Roman Gabriel.
Yeah.
You know?
He is the most prominent player to have played for both the Rams and the Eagles, considering he played from 62 to 72 for the Rams and 73 to 77, famously winning the 69 NFL MVP award.
Yeah, I'd have gotten that. I was 3 years old. I'd have known that. Right at the end of his retirement career. Sure. Right.
So I'm just going to put Chris Long.
Chris Long it is. Chris Long, actually, he might have played at like 3 or 4 different places.
Oh, wow. That was a lower guess than I thought it was going to be.
Because is that he's the old lineman, right? Or is he the defensive? Which Long was the old lineman? Because he ended up with somebody in the Chiefs and the...
What's the other kid's name, though? It's Chris and... Because Howie's the dad.
Howie's dad.
Chris Long and... Whatever. I don't know. I think we should just give up.
Well, we got 3. Let's burn them.
Okay.
I do want to know about... I want to know Chris Long at some point. Because there was another Long that played for Oregon, was an offensive lineman.
Yep, I know exactly what you're talking about. I just can't remember his first name. Because there were... Yeah. Dude, I don't know. Lions and Panthers or Lions and Eagles. It's going to be something super obscure. Ndamukong Suh never played for the Eagles. Did Golden Tate ever go to the Eagles?
I don't feel like he did, but might have.
Is there a running back that ever went to the Eagles that they had? I don't know.
Holy shit.
It's tough, man.
I just don't feel like...
Yeah. DeAndre Swift, now that I think about it, is a pretty obvious
Wouldn't
one.
have gotten any of those other ones, though.
Yeah.
Not a one.
Jalen Mills, Gary Cobb, Akeem Spence. Josh McCown played for the Lions in 2006 and was on the Eagles roster later in his career. Danny Amendola also spent the 2009 preseason with the Eagles.
No way. Wouldn't have gotten them.
Yeah.
Man.
This is a tough one, dude. Especially for, a couple teams. Like, I don't know a lot of history about the Titans. I don't have a lot of backup information in my head about the Panthers. Like, the Rams, mostly because they've been pretty relevant for most of my life, I would say.
I mean, just put it. We got 2 left. Put in Lions and Panthers, because I don't have a clue.
I'm lost at this point. Comment if you guys thought some of these were super obvious, because I am not. Dude, Teddy Bridgewater is the only name that I recognize on that list. A'Shawn Robinson, Kyle Allen.
Amir Abdullah didn't even make their roster. He didn't even come out of camp.
Willie Green.
Teddy Bridgewater, come on.
Tahir Whitehead.
Not a chance.
I'll do Teddy.
This is unbelievable.
Now that I think about it, the Teddy thing is pretty obvious.
No, it's not. Teddy left the Vikings, and I really kind of forgot about him.
But he had a couple stints with the Lions where he went and did the coaching thing, and then they brought him back in.
Right, but he didn't do that with the Panthers
because he was trying to snipe a potential Super Bowl run as well.
Look at DeAndre Swift. He's the most obvious, and he's 20-something%.
Let's see. I had Panthers. Panthers and Titans is an interesting one because I don't even.
Titans.
Oops.
ANS. Nope.
Joey Sly. Chris Johnson played for the Panthers.
Why is Randy Moss on there?
He was with the Titans in 2010, but I don't know why he's referenced in here.
Chris Johnson would be the only one, and I honestly thought that after he left the Titans, he was like gone. Because he led the league in like 2 or 3 consecutive years, and then he was just gone.
Yeah. Oh, did they not give me that one?
Who'd you put?
I put Chris Johnson.
Well, they didn't like it.
Oh, I said it was another.
That one right there. It's that one. You clicked the wrong one. Oh, I guess. Okay.
Yeah. Boo. Maybe later. Are there any other? I'd be curious to know.
Oh. AJ Brown.
Kerry Collins. AJ Brown. Oh, duh.
We'll get yelled at for AJ Brown.
Duh, dude.
That was a huge dumb trade.
Yeah.
We're going to get yelled at for that one for sure.
Accuracy.
Oh, I said Kerry Collins. I did say.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough. So the hardest one to guess for a lot of players was at a 93% rate was the Titans and the Panthers. Then it would have been the Panthers and the Lions player. And then everything else was above about a 67, 63%. All of the passing yard seasons, upper 90s, so 96, 96, 93. Yeah. Highest score, 3,338.
Totally cheated.
Yeah. Probably.
Absolutely cheated.
121 different guesses here for the Lions and the Eagles. Bunch of different guesses for this one, which are surprising. 49 different ones, if it'll ever verify. So, yeah, if you want to try out the Immaculate Grid on yourself, just go to Pro Football Reference and try it out. Let us know what scores that you get. This updates every single day, so it's a new one every single time.
So you don't get to set them?
Nope, I do not get to set them. It's completely random. And you can actually go in and play previous ones, too. So if you ever wanted to see a previous grid, you can go in, and this is grid number 960. So,
because I'll tell you what, you want to lose bragging rights.
Oh, yeah.
If we could put our own team in there, put the Chiefs and whoever in there, and the number that I would get wrong, people would tell me to discontinue being a fan immediately.
There you go.
You don't know anything about Chiefs history.
So the one from about, I don't know, the 5. This one was a little bit more interesting. We won't make you sit through this one, but this one had where you had to go through who was who had 1,000 yards rushing in one season for the Jets and then also for the Saints.
Curtis Martin.
But then also who was 1,000-yard rusher
Kamara.
and had 10+ rushing touchdowns.
Arian Foster, LaDainian Tomlinson.
This one might have been a little bit more in our favor. I kind of feel like I know a couple more of these.
I know
put
names.
Together, but,
I couldn't tell you stats to save my life.
Immaculate Grid, Pro Football Reference. Not only do they have it for football, but they also have it for other sports as well, like baseball, men's basketball, hockey.
Wow.
A couple of different things. So with baseball season in full swing, there's people playing that too. So
Silver
pretty fun.
Slugger.
Pretty fun. Try it out for yourself.
Well, okay.
Let us know if that was incredibly boring or not.
That's the show.
So, so there was a couple things that happened. Did you see some of these controversies that were coming out of, we're done with the Olympics, but there was a couple different things that were happening as far as controversies go.
I love the Olympics.
Yeah.
Have I stated that?
Yes, you have multiple times.
I love them.
We talked about it at length last week, I do believe.
Love them.
But one of the things that I found pretty funny that was coming out of the Olympics, not only was there a story about how they didn't have enough condoms for the Olympic athletes, how they had like 10,000 some odd condoms for 2,800 athletes and they ran out.
That's routine. That's every Olympic Games.
Yeah. It's just all these.
What they're doing in the village. I mentioned village. What they're doing in the old Olympic Village back there. They're trying to make superhumans. That's what they're doing.
I mean, it's just a bunch of super attractive, athletic-looking people all pushed together. Because they even try to make beds that don't work for that. And I'm like, do you guys know how intercourse works?
There's a book on it.
Yeah, there's multiple different ways to skin that cat. That's for sure.
Yeah. Hey, you're a great high jumper. I'm a great swimmer. What do you think, huh? What do you think?
We could make some kind of mutant swimming baby.
We'll get a triathlon.
But anyway,
let's get one of our cyclists in here and make this anyway.
So there's a wild rumor going around, and this is probably my favorite story outside of the gold medal game hockey for the men. But there's a rumor going around that before the Winter Games had even ended, the International Ski Federation, also known to Kelly as the FIS, had to release an official statement to quash a wild rumor that male ski jumpers were using injections to gain a competitive advantage. Specifically, these hyaluronic acid injections, which are basically penis enlargement fillers.
Hey, there they are.
The theory was that by artificially enlarging that area...
I think it's great that you're pretending to not know that word. Because I know I could dive in any of these closets in here right now.
And find a prescription?
Yeah. You got a little HAI going on.
So it would alter the measurement points of their skin-tight suits, allowing for a larger surface area to catch more wind and jump further.
That's
Officials
awesome.
called it hearsay, but the fact that penis injections for aerodynamics...
I'm sorry, did you say ingestion?
Ingestions? Well, no, that was the other story with the condoms. For aerodynamics was an actual bullet point at the Olympic press brief is peak 2026. I did not have that on my bingo card. I didn't even know that having a larger
unit
member would allow for better aerodynamics.
Huh.
But apparently it does if you're trying to gain points. And it, like I said, it alters the measurement points of their skin-tight suits, allowing for a larger surface area to catch more wind and jump further.
If you're looking at weight...
Does it work like a spoiler?
Well, if you think about weight at the middle area of your body,
yeah,
it pretty equal distribution there.
It must be.
Weight you down, keep you...
Yeah.
That's pretty interesting.
Anyway, I did get some exclusive
I'll
footage.
be right back.
I did get some exclusive footage of these Swedish players, like getting all of their equipment into the Olympics. And so I wanted to play that for you right now.
One pair of Italian boots.
Buongiorno, boys.
One vinyl record album, Burt Bacharach plays his hits.
Hey, bro. Yeah.
One Swedish-made penis enlarger pump.
That's not mine.
One credit card receipt for Swedish-made penis enlarger, signed by Austin Powers.
I'm telling you, baby, that's not mine.
One warranty card for Swedish-made penis enlarger pump, filled out by Austin Powers.
I don't even know what this is. This sort of thing ain't my bag, baby.
One book, Swedish-made penis enlarger pumps and me. This sort of thing is my bag, baby, by Austin Powers. Just sign the form.
Okay.
I imagine in my head that's how that went exactly, as they were checking into their villages at the old Olympics there. So just a pure classic.
Wow.
Yeah.
Speechless.
When's the last time you've seen that movie?
Oh, it's been a minute. But that makes you want to go back and watch it again.
It's a classic.
Yeah.
It's an absolute classic. So The only kind of hard-hitting reporting that you'll get anywhere like this is on the Armchair Authority, where we talk about
hard-hitting.
Yes, exactly.
Roger.
Yeah, exactly. So, not much else. I mean, the other controversy we already talked about, where was the fallout of Kennedy reporting that the Swedish player were using the double touch within the curling. We talked about that.
Legal behind the hog line.
Got a little spicy as far as that was concerned. Jeremiah Love made some comments at the combine talking about they asked him about what if he was drafted by the Dallas Cowboys, where the iconic star. Love didn't even try to hide it. He burst into a fit of laughter and let out shit before composing himself and giving a blessed to be anywhere type of answer. So sounds like he would like to go play for them, but
filter engaged a little late.
Yep. Whoops. Kind of showed your hand there. So
Notre Dame character right there.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people linking him to the Chiefs now that the Chiefs have an extra first-round pick with their trade with Isaiah McDuffie to the Rams earlier this week.
Trent McDuffie,
sorry.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Isaiah, Packer brain. He's a McDuffie linebacker for the Packers.
Yep.
So
Trent.
That's my bad.
I like it. Is that where we're going?
A lot of mileage. He's got a lot of mileage on him.
I do.
So, I mean, it kind of reminds me a lot of some of those Wisconsin-based running backs that come out of college, and you're like, man, they're really good, but they've played 100,000 games.
Were you going to say the Wisconsin-based running backs that come out of Wisconsin?
Maybe.
I think that's what you're going to do.
Yeah.
Way to catch yourself, though.
Yeah.
I think the McDuffie thing is good. Business side of things for the Chiefs, obviously a fan. I like Trent McDuffie. I like what he's done for the defense for the last handful of years. There's something I don't think he was officially out of his rookie contract. I think he was at the end of rookie contract. So I think the Chiefs were going to have to sign him. Looked like the cap hit because of, like, if they free agency tagged him, it looked like it was going to be about $30 million. Chiefs weren't anywhere near that. In fact, I think even with all the work they did to Mahomes' contract and trading McDuffie, I think they're at $26 million. So they still couldn't have reached that contract. In any event, I'm not going to say he's on the downside of his career, but you and I talked about it just before you hit record. Corner is a really tough position to play in the NFL. You're playing against the elite athlete on the opposite side of the ball. And all of the things generally favor offensive players. So not only are you going against these outstanding athletes, but you're kind of backed in a corner in terms of, hey, don't be physical. Hey, don't touch him. Don't grab him. Don't do all this stuff. I think it's great for the Rams. They're operating under we've got a little left of Matthew Stafford. Let's go all in. Let's go. Let's get a guy like Trent McDuffie here. Gave up a lot.
But they've shown in the past.
A lot.
They've shown in the past that those picks don't matter.
Yeah, and it worked.
So
last time they did it, they went to the Super Bowl, right? It worked. So
yeah.
I think, I don't know. I hate to see him go. Love to see him on the Chiefs defense, but at the same time, business side of things, cap restraints and all that other stuff. Good move. They're going to get some people out of it. I still stand behind. I don't want them. I know they have extra draft capital, acquiring 4 picks, one of those being a first rounder. I still don't want them going up to get Jeremiah Love. I don't want a running back in the first round. I don't think that that's necessary for what they need to do because they're not necessarily a rebuild, kind of a reload, retool.
A revision.
Revision is
great. It's kind of what I view it as, just because it's got to be a different version. You can't just rehash the things that you've done the last couple of years. I don't think it's a recipe for success. I think you need to kind of find a new identity for this team, especially as, Mahomes is now a little bit older and you got to find some different pieces. And Kelsey probably isn't going to be there. He might be there for another year, but he's just a placeholder at this point. You need to kind of find his eventual replacement.
Well, remember, we've got a new OC coming in.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah, and new-ish.
Might know a thing or two about coaching some running backs. Don't know if he uses the right method.
I really hope he comes in wearing like a mustache and like a toupee or something.
I think that's impossible. Yeah. I don't think that's going to happen. I can see him coming in full on camo fatigue, man.
There you go.
Boots and all.
Yeah.
Grenades with pins pulled.
Yeah.
Like it's go time. Yeah. We're going to blow this bitch up. We're starting over.
Yeah. Yeah, it was one of those trades, and there were 2 that happened. The other one was with DJ Moore from the Bears to the Bills, and neither of these trades I was just kind of like, oh, wow, that's surprising, or that's shocking, or it just seems like, okay, so for the DJ Moore stuff, they free up some space. They've got 2 really good young wide receivers, and the Bills get another guy that may have some questions, but is very skilled, but doesn't really seem to be a super team guy. I mean, I think the last 2 times that DJ Moore's been traded, it's been due to team-related behavior.
Yeah.
And how he's conducted himself or not conducted himself in certain situations.
Well, I just want to beat him up a little bit on how he conducts himself playing.
Yeah.
I don't think he's an every down guy. He doesn't play every down. He takes a lot of plays off. He involves himself when he knows he's going to be involved. And that's really kind of a downside for him. It got bad enough this year for anybody that watched any of the playoff games or watched the Bears throughout the season. Announcers were actually starting to call him out on, DJ Moore, not much effort on a block, on a sweep or whatever it is, toss play, whatever. Yeah. Or if he just
bad
knows
execution on a route.
Yeah, if he's not the 1 or 2 read for the quarterback, he's kind of half-assing it. He's going about 50, 75%, whatever. Yeah, I get it. I mean, I get it. You're not going to be involved in every play, especially a wide receiver, right? 1 ball, 1 quarterback, 5 guys to throw to. You're not going to be involved every time. I get that. But at the same time, a lot of what you do as a wide receiver 1 on the far right of the formation can actually mislead a defense into thinking, hey, you're still going to be involved if he takes off on a vert or does something like that. I mean, you got to kind of try to play every down, don't you? I mean, you're right. He's getting traded again.
I mean, but he just keeps falling up, though, as far as his quality of quarterback goes, because he went from Bryce Young to Caleb Williams, and now he gets to have Josh Allen as his quarterback.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if it doesn't work out here, this is probably his last stop. People keep talking about him being a number 1 talent. I haven't seen it.
No.
I haven't seen it. I've seen a couple of decent plays here and there, but nothing tells me that he's even in the top echelon of what these other guys do when you look at top wideouts.
Yep. And let me just get ahead of this. Well, Kelly's beating up DJ Moore because he's not an every down player. He doesn't play every game. Yep. I say the same thing about Chris Jones.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Yep.
I'll say the same thing about several receivers on the Chiefs. Yes, I do. If they're not involved, they don't play every down. There's a lot of players throughout the NFL, so it's not just him.
Yeah.
It's countless people, and I can look inward too. I mean, I take plays off. I sure do.
Yeah, I mean, it seems to be you just can't be that noticeable all the time. I guess you got to find a way to kind of hide it, do all those things. I still got a little bit of brain fog going on here. It's just
it's all right.
It's just trying to get the words out.
Hang in there. We're going light today. We're going light. We should not have started with the grid.
I mean,
that put excessive stress between the ears.
Yeah.
I don't feel like that did us any favors.
So you talk about Jeremiah Love, you talk about Notre Dame, Lou Holtz.
Yeah,
89.
that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate.
Good long life, though. I mean, 89, I think most of us would hope to live that long.
He's a goofy son of a bitch.
Yes.
But I'm telling you what.
Yes, he is. Suffering succotash.
He's a goofy.
Fun fact, I did not know that he coached the Jets for a year.
Nope. I would not know. If you'd have asked me, if you'd have put that true or false, I'd have given you a false. I didn't know that. But I know that as I was a youngster, and NBC, every Saturday was the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, and it was always Lou Holtz, and I'd watch his interviews and his post games and all that stuff. He's goofy as hell, but he was a good dude. Yeah. I think he was genuinely a good dude, and he was there for a long time.
You know him as a coach. I just know him as the analyst that was on ESPN for a while. The guy that always he just seemed like he had way too much saliva in his mouth. It's just like Sid the Sloth from Ice Age. But he did seem like a genuinely nice guy. I always wondered growing up how he got guys to play for him when you talk like that, because it would be so distracting. So distracting.
I don't know. Good guy.
Got to get out there and seal the edge.
I mean, they had some damn good teams at Notre Dame.
Yeah. And maybe it was something he developed later. I don't know. Maybe it's like a Donald Glover situation where I'm like, I don't remember Donald Glover always having a lisp.
Was he the Lethal Weapon guy?
Yeah.
He did not have a lisp in the early ones.
Yeah. It kind of developed as he got older. Because if you go back and watch the movie Shooter with Mark Wahlberg, he's got a type of thing going on.
Maybe that was just part of his character.
No, it's been in other movies.
Huh.
And I think he's too old to actually play a character anymore. I think he just signs up for stuff and reads lines and gets out.
Could have been a head injury.
Yeah. Maybe.
I mean, you never know.
I don't. You really don't. So
it could be endless. I mean, you just don't know.
I mean, yeah, he's too old for that stuff. You know what I mean? No,
I hope I don't develop a speech impediment of any sort.
I hope you do. I think it's pretty funny.
I don't think it will. I think I will quietly quit immediately.
Fair enough.
But hey, the way things have gone with you and I in this little broadcast, I'll be sure to know.
Yes.
People will let me know.
100%. 100%.
Heck yeah.
Stephon Diggs released by the Patriots. kind of not really surprising there either. There hasn't really been any move where I've been like, oh, wow, that's shocking. I would say that the Bears recently had a 27-year-old their center retired. He was just like, boop, done. See you later. Yeah. That was kind of surprising considering his age. I know it happens every once in a while where a guy's just like, I can't do this anymore. I'm just getting beat up too much. And they choose family over football.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we'll see what happens. Stephon Diggs has a bunch of different legal allegations against him right now. A lot of different things going on. He's 32. Somebody on the radio today said, Diggs is 32, so he's getting up there in age. And I'm like, really? I've officially hit that point. No. Not only am I older than people that are old in the NFL, I am also the same age as the dads in the cartoons that my son watches.
Yeah,
where I can see the reflection in it, and I go, "Oh, that's me."
They're merely looking through the lens of an NFL career. That's it.
I know, but it's just one of those things where like he's 32, he's getting up there in age, and you're like, because I like to still consider myself to be competitive in like the athletic portion of life. I'm like, at what point is this just going to absolutely fall off a hill? I guess I don't even. Maybe it doesn't because I'm not playing against professional athletes. But
oftentimes you fall off the hill and you don't know it.
Yeah.
Until somebody lets you know.
Yeah.
And or somebody records something that you're doing and you make a complete ass of yourself doing it. It's like, okay.
You just got to step away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You drive home from a softball game one night and your right arm is completely numb. You don't know if you're having the big one or if you just got some severe nerve damage in your arm or shoulder. Yeah. That's when you realize it's probably time to be done.
I do remember I had something here. The Kyler Murray thing reminded me. It's Kyler Murray's done in Arizona. Dunzo. They're going to release him if they can't find a trade partner, all that other stuff.
Is there something with the Vikings?
Yeah, there's always something with the Vikings.
Probably.
They're always talking about something or another. But it wasn't this particular thing. But I did find something on a rumor about Brandon Aiyuk. Have you heard anything on Brandon Aiyuk recently?
All that I have heard of Brandon Aiyuk is from the coach Shanahan, who said he was questioned about it like late in the season, this most recent season, questioned about Brandon Aiyuk, and he's like, I have no idea, I haven't saw him.
Yeah.
I haven't heard from him, I haven't seen him, I haven't talked to him, I haven't whatever. And then some social media came out, and I don't know if it was AI or not, but social media came out, and Brandon Aiyuk no longer looks like a guy that would be playing NFL wide receiver.
Okay. This might potentially be why. Okay? This is all rumor. None of this stuff is factually accurate in any way. This is not an official report.
But if it is, you heard it here first.
But based on the comments that you just brought up about Shanahan, based on social media reports that you're talking about where people have seen him out in the wild and
they recorded him.
Yeah, they're like, what is happening here? What's going on? And the fact that he just vanished from football, right? Like he had the injury and everybody's wondering where he went. He got the big contract after holding out. He had a great, pre-contract season where he put up a bunch of numbers and tried to earn it and all that stuff.
And just before you read that, Shanahan was pissed because he hadn't reported he was hurt. He wasn't playing because he was injured, and Shanahan was pissed that he wasn't showing up to the trainers and that nobody within the organization had seen or heard from him.
Yeah. So I want your raw reaction to this rumor. Okay, so there are rumors circulating that Brandon Aiyuk may never play another snap of football again. So what if I told you I found out what happened between the 49ers and Brandon Aiyuk, and what if I told you the reason the 49ers and Brandon Aiyuk downfall really did have to do with him missing rehab for his torn ACL, MCL, and meniscus? What if I also told you that he never followed the rehab protocol for his knee like he was supposed to, which left him with chronic knee instability, osteoarthritis, and he will never play another down of football again?
So far, none of that sounds too off the wall.
Aiyuk did this to himself by fooling around in the offseason instead of focusing on his rehab, and now has unfortunately ruined his career with chronic knee instability. He no longer has a relationship with his agent either. He knows he can't come out and say this because all blame goes to him and not the 49ers. His best bet is another knee surgery. If this is true, this comes from this portion of this comes from a doctor called Jesse Morris on Twitter. If this is true, which wouldn't be far-fetched, the amount of scar tissue and arthrosis in the knee would make returning to the NFL very difficult. He already had a complicated knee injury and surgery as it was. Even straightforward ACL Tiernum require a ton of persistent rehab, and the only reason guys ever make it back to the field is because they put in thousands of hours worth of work on their own and with their therapists. Neglecting to do so could cause significant issues. As a result, his knee would no longer cooperate.
Yeah, so he's a relatively young guy with about a 60-year-old knee.
Because he didn't do what he was supposed to.
Because he didn't do shit.
Yep.
And I don't think that that's fiction. I think there's probably, you want my raw reaction? I think there's probably a lot of truth to that.
Yeah.
It was just a matter of time. Somebody was going to come forward with it. Somebody knows.
Right.
Or even if you're close to him, because the video that came out about him, I mean, he was significantly overweight.
Yeah.
And he was partying in what appeared to be a pretty lower level hotel room, that looked kind of like it was beat up and trashed around in there. And I don't know, maybe it was from them partying, but there were a lot of jokes and things made about it, but it's like this, people were saying, well, is this AI? That can't be him. Is this AI?
Yeah.
Well, he's been away for quite some period of time from the 49ers and quite frankly, unheard of. Like, you haven't seen or heard anything about him.
Nothing. And I just thought maybe he had some persistent issues that happened with after the surgery or whatever was going on. It actually never even crossed my mind that he just wouldn't rehab the knee. But I guess people have different priorities. Didn't he got a fully guaranteed contract, if I remember correctly?
A ton.
Like $80 million, $84
a ton.
million.
San Francisco didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, he was driving around the country with his wife, and they were all on Instagram and all that stuff. And look at this city, and look at this city, and look at this city, like almost trying to thumb his nose at the 49ers.
I never thought he was worth it. I never thought he was worth that type of money, especially when he kept dicking around with them and kept doing a bunch of different stuff. I never would have paid him. I don't know why they even made the move to do so.
Yeah. But on the flip side, Ryan, let me play a little devil's advocate, right? Mental health-wise, if something wasn't quite right, something skewed, maybe he got a head injury. I mean, look, this not a very good comparison, but look at what happened kind of to Antonio Brown.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden it's like, down the rabbit hole we go, and all of a sudden he's a shithead.
But the Antonio Brown thing, I could at least ride on the back of the fact that he had significant production.
He did.
Aiyuk did not.
I don't know.
They were kind of basing it off a year and a half's worth of work, things that I was like, well, this isn't even a proven product. Like, yeah, okay, anybody can have a decent first year or a decent, however, 1 year or whatever it was, but it just didn't seem to me like he was worth dropping, especially a guaranteed contract based off of a minimal sample size that he'd get.
Well, he was always a 2 in the system. He was never the 1.
Yeah,
right.
He was always overshadowed by Deebo Samuel.
Yeah,
he was the right size for what they wanted.
Yep.
But I mean, I never saw Justin Jefferson type things from him. I never saw him being
no.
So it just kind of seemed like it was overblown, and I think he probably right place, right time. I think that was also around the time when we were overpaying wide receivers too. Where there was that stretch. There was that stretch of time where it's like, why are we paying this guy $35 million to play wide receiver?
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
And I don't think wide receivers are, unless you're really damn good, like top 2. I don't think you're going to get that kind of money anymore now.
Well, my immediate reaction is that's fact.
Yeah.
That is.
I mean, it's totally plausible, right? Like, it seems absolute. It seems to line up with everything that we hear, especially with the frustration that you see from Shanahan from his comments, the fact that we haven't seen him. Reports online of people seeing him being overweight, not even close to being playing weight. That would make sense if he's not even close to coming back. Why would he say anything? Because then it's his fault, not the Niners. If he stays quiet, then he doesn't have to take accountability for it. I mean, it's all there.
Yep.
Yeah. Unfortunate. I guess I've never obviously torn my ACL or whatever, and you see players come back from that all the time. But I guess I did not realize the extensive amount of work that you had to put into that to make sure that you could get back to playing. But I suppose if you want to play at a high level again, there's absolutely thousands of hours that you need to put in to make sure that that's strong enough and rehabbed correctly so that it doesn't happen again.
Oh, I know high school kids who have, had ACL injuries, and whether or not they were severe enough or deemed severe enough for surgery or not. I mean, like you said, thousands and thousands of hours of rehab and swimming pool and aquatherapy, and then more rehab and more physical therapists and I mean, a ton of time.
Yeah.
And then they'll one in particular still has complications where it locks and clicks and does whatever, and it's like, and that's as a 17-year-old kid, 16, 17-year-old kid, much less a man his age that just chooses to blow off everything because whatever's going on.
I mean, if he keeps living like that, that's going to be one of those situations where we're seeing him working a normal job because he's going to blow through all this money from partying and doing just crazy stuff.
Yeah.
and he's not going to have a broadcasting career to fall back on or advertisements or anything like that.
Next story he'll be in an abandoned car huffing air duster, man. That'll
too
be
bad.
Eating on his fingernails and shocking himself to stay awake. Yeah, you'll see some kind of documentary there.
Yuck. Anyway.
Way to be empathetic, guys.
All right, Kelly, usually you've got a quiz for me, but today I've got a quiz for you.
Thank goodness, because I didn't bring one.
And it's a big one. It's a large quiz.
Damn right it is.
It's been using that Swedish.
I've been over in Sweden.
That Swedish pump.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So you can keep track of the ones that you get right on your board, or you can use the board to kind of do whatever. I'm going to throw it up on the screen here, and we're going to go through each one of these. There's 30 questions. We'll kind of go through them a little quickly here, but this is the ultimate NFL trivia challenge. We'll see how well you know, and it'll give you a breakdown of what you got right, what you got wrong, areas that you're good at. Okay?
Roger.
So first and foremost,
good
question,
at anything.
and we'll just kind of go through it real quick. So you can get through all of these. Comment, see how well you did at the bottom as well. If you got all 30 of them correctly, you're a liar, and we'll find you.
What's the scope?
Are
we all over?
I mean, it's everywhere from questions that you've asked me before to who...
Players, coaches, past and present.
It's all NFL based.
Let's do it. Let's freaking do it.
Who has the most wins as a coach in NFL history? Is it Curly Lambeau, Don Shula, Tom Landry, or George Halas?
Don Shula.
That is correct. All right, which NFL team features a helmet decal only on one side of the helmet? The Texans, the Steelers, the Titans, or the Jaguars?
Steelers.
Who is the last non-quarterback to win NFL MVP? Sean Alexander, Adrian Peterson, Ray Lewis, or LaDainian Tomlinson?
Oh, man. I don't think he got it. Adrian Peterson.
Ding, ding.
Tomlinson should have gotten it one year because he led the league in touchdowns and rushing yards and the whole crap.
That might have been one of the...
But he got... Yeah.
It's always going to be overshadowed by a quarterback at some point. So.
Okay.
3 for 3. On to question number 4. This current NFL quarterback, a 2010... Wait, this current NFL quarterback, a 2010 Pro Bowler, never started a game at quarterback in college.
Matt Castle.
Is that your final answer?
Yep.
For those listening, Matt Schwab, Matt Moore, Matt Kessler, Matt Flynn.
Sorry, I'll slow down.
Your answer is Matt Castle?
Castle.
Ding, ding. He's 4 for 4. How many Heisman Trophy winners have gone on to be NFL Super Bowl MVPs? 2, 3, 4, or 5?
2. Shit.
Ooh, misses his first one. The correct answer is 4. There are 4 Heisman Trophy winners that have gone on to be MVP of the Super Bowl. 4 of the first 5 picks in the '89 draft, who were Troy Aikman, Barry Sanders, Derek Thomas, and Deion Sanders, are all in the Hall of Fame. Who was the 5th, and who was the bust? Was it Andre Bruce? Was it Keith McCantis? Was it Troy Mandrich, or was it Blair Thomas?
It was Tony Mandrich.
Tony
Mandrich.
That's your answer?
It is.
That is correct. Only missing one so far. Which of these teams was not an original NFL team that moved over from the AFC? The Browns, the Colts, the Raiders, or the Steelers? Who was not an original NFL team that moved over from the AFC?
Colts.
Correct answer is the Raiders.
Ah!
Who is the only player enshrined in Canton and the CFL Hall of Fame? Was it Joe Theismann, Warren Moon, Doug Flutie, or Fred Bletnoff?
Warren Moon.
That's correct. This state has produced more pro football players for the Hall of Fame than any other state. What state has produced more pro football Hall of Famers than any other state? Ohio, Texas, California, or Pennsylvania?
Ohio.
Oh! The correct answer is Pennsylvania. Who is the only Super Bowl MVP to have played on the losing team? Was it Larry Fitzgerald? Was it Chuck Howley? Was it Steve McNair? Or Dan Marino?
Dan Marino.
Chuck Howley.
Oh my.
On a bit of a skid here. Man. On a bit of a skid. Got to recover. Emmitt Smith is the NFL's all-time leading rusher with 8,355 career yards. Who is second? Is it Eric Dickerson? Is it Curtis Martin, Barry Sanders, or Walter Payton?
Oh my gosh. What a lineup. I love Walter Payton, but I don't think I can take him. I got to go ED.
Final answer?
Eric Dickerson.
Something tells me it's Barry Sanders. but it's Walter Payton.
Oh,
I got that
I
one.
love Walter Payton.
Dang. I think Barry's top 5, and the only reason I thought he was 2 is because he's one of those players where you're like, is he still 3?
Barry's 3.
Because I thought, who was the Niners guy forever?
Roger Craig?
No. Frank Gore.
Oh, Frank Gore, yeah.
Who shouldn't be up there. Just a compiler.
I know, but man, the dude had some games.
But I always look at Barry Sanders' stats, and I'm like, he only played like 8
Walter.
years. He only played 8 years. Do you imagine if Barry had a normal career?
That's what everybody said when he hung it up. He's like, dude, you're like right there to like break the rushing record. You're right there.
But he wanted to move on from Detroit, and Detroit's like, no, we've got your rights. You either play for us or you don't play at all. And he's like, then I don't play at all.
Sounds good.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Detroit.
Yep.
This is the only team.
What I just learned, go with your heart. Go with your heart. Here we go.
So, this is the only team to not make the NFL playoffs this millennium. Was it the Buffalo Bills, the Jacksonville Jaguars, the Cleveland Browns, or the Oakland Raiders? What is the time of date on this quiz?
Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, this is an old quiz. This is an old quiz.
This is the only team not to make NFL playoffs this millennium. What am I reading wrong?
I don't know. I think
the Bills have been in the playoffs the last...
I don't have the date on when this quiz was made. I apologize.
What the hell? This
is an old one.
Allegedly, yeah. Holy cow, keep that in mind.
Who holds the...
I gotta get credit for that.
Nope. No, I'm just kidding. Who holds the single season record for touchdown receptions with 23? Was it Randy Moss? Was it Calvin Johnson, Terrell Owens, or Jerry Rice?
Give me Rice. Give me Rice.
It's incorrect.
Shit.
23 in a season. That happened within the undefeated season with the Patriots.
Oh, Jerry was probably still playing when this quiz came about. That's probably what happened.
Yeah. In the 1985 draft, the Niners traded picks with this then hapless franchise to move up to the 16th slot just like Jerry Rice. Was it the Packers, the Patriots, the Colts, or the Seahawks?
49ers traded picks with this hapless franchise. Wow. Patriots.
Ding, ding. Who holds the record for the longest field goal in NFL history? And this is obviously old because your options are Tom Dempsey, Matt Prater, Jason Elam, or Sebastian Janikowski.
Give me Elam for 500, sir.
I think it's Prater.
Oh!
It's Prater. Obviously has been broken like 4 times since this. I think the new record is now by Cam Little. I think he kicked a 67-yarder.
Yeah. Did Elam ever hold it?
Maybe. I think they were both Bronco kickers.
Yep.
So I can see where you're going with that.
I think
maybe
Elam tied it.
He may have. Who has the highest career completion percentage between these two? Joe Montana or Steve Young?
Steve Young.
That's correct. Which of these defensive players did not win a Super Bowl MVP? Richard Dent, Harvey, Martin, Lawrence Taylor, or Ray Lewis? Who did not win a Super Bowl MVP?
I'll be honest. I think it was Richard Dent. Chicago.
As long as you're honest. Is that what you want?
Do it. No.
Lawrence Taylor.
That's
The New England Patriots have won the AFC East every year since 2003, except for one season. Which rival claimed the 2008 crown? Was it the Bills, Jets, or the Dolphins?
Jets.
It was the Miami Dolphins.
I knew that.
At that point in time, I believe they were led by Chad Pennington.
There it is. Pop Gun Chad. Pop Gun Pennington.
I don't even know if that's true. I just pulled the name out of my head.
That sounds about right.
CBS paid a record $550,000 fine after this musician had a wardrobe malfunction during the Super Bowl halftime show. Was it Britney Spears, Madonna, Tina Turner, or Janet Jackson?
Janet Jackson.
The password is...
Oops.
Nipple. That is correct. Scott Norwood's wide right miss to end Super Bowl XXV was no chip shot. How long was the attempt? 45 yards, 47 yards, 43 yards, or 49 yards?
45.
Incorrect. It was 47, leading to one of the Bills' 4 consecutive losses.
The laces were in!
Finkel is an Einhorn. Einhorn and Finkel. The Seahawks pay this university a license fee to use the 12-man slogan. Auburn, Texas A&M, Wisconsin, Clemson. The man's saying Texas A&M. He's giving me the money sign. That is correct. All right, 22 of 30. Aaron Rodgers currently has the highest career passer rating at 106, which we just looked at. We just looked at this last week. Okay?
Yeah, this isn't right. It's Lamar Jackson. It's Lamar Jackson.
It's definitely not Patrick Mahomes.
It is
not. Based
not.
on the year, you could see who would be in the running here. But So who is second? Is it Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Tony Romo, or Drew Brees?
Drew Brees. No way. No way.
This was at the time.
I am being set up for failure.
Tony Romo.
Wow.
Who is the only member of both the Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton, Ohio, and the Professional Wrestling Hall of Fame in Amsterdam, New York? Alex Karras, Ernie Ladd, Bronco Nagurski, or Steve McMichael?
Man, I mean, by just the name, I'm thinking of a guy just eating the hell out of a turnbuckle. I want to go Nagurski. Yes!
Correct.
Nagurski it is.
It's correct. As defensive coordinator of the 85 Bears, Buddy Ryan is hailed as the architect of this defensive scheme. The 3-4, the 46, the Tampa 2, or the zone blitz?
It's not I don't believe it's Tampa 2. I feel like it's going to be the 3-4. Oh, the 46.
Tampa 2.
That's Dungy, isn't it?
That's what I thought too.
I think, yeah.
True or false, the University of Delaware has produced more Super Bowl quarterbacks than the University of Miami?
True.
That's correct. As the MVP of the Super Bowl against the Seahawks, Patriots quarterback Tom Brady received a Chevy truck. To which teammate did he give the keys? Did he give it to Darrelle Revis? Did he give them to Julian Edelman? Did he give it to Malcolm Butler? Or did he give it to his best friend in the whole wide world, Mr. Rob Gronkowski?
Edelman.
Final answer?
Edelman.
I think it was Malcolm Butler because he picked him off to win it.
You're right. Good job.
Peyton Manning's playoff winning percentage is what? 0.514, 0.489, 0.458, or 0.437?
Throw some shit at the wall and see what sticks. You know, I
has he won? Basically, has he? Do you think he's won more than 50% of his playoff games?
Let's go 4-3-7. Let's just go low. Okay, well, right second.
Question 28 of 30. Which Major League Baseball team selected both John Elway and Dan Marino in the 1979 amateur draft? Was it the Yankees, the Pirates, the Royals, or the Dodgers?
Oh, I just watched the Elway thing too.
1979 amateur draft. The Yankees, the Pirates, the Royals, and the Dodgers. And what a selection. You get both John Elway and Dan Marino.
Well, I know Marino was a Pitt guy. Might have some ties to the Pirates. Pirates or Royals? Pirates or Royals? Pirates or Royals? Royals, because I like them.
Hey! Got it. Question number 29. Michael Vick was the first quarterback taken in the 2001 draft. Who was taken second? Kyle Bowler, Drew Brees, Byron Leftwich, or Joey Harrington? There's a name I haven't heard in a while.
Oh, you know what?
That's a tough.
I think it's Bowler. I think it's Kyle Bowler.
Final answer.
Final answer, Bowler. Oh,
Drew Brees. And question number 30 to round it out. This quarterback has the longest active streak of consecutive starts. Tom Brady, Eli Manning, Joe Flacco, or Phillip Rivers?
It's either Joe or Eli. Eli Manning, final answer.
That is correct.
And on a win.
Who holds the all-time consecutive start record?
Quarterback?
Yep. And not even... No, there's
Aaron Rodgers.
It's not even a close second. No, you're close, though.
Brett Favre.
Brett Favre. There you go. Finish. Let's see how you did. Congratulations. You answered 14 of 30 correct.
I got that many wrong?
Your score is in the 59th percentile.
Oh, holy... What a massive start we had.
Was on a heater and then just kind of got thrown off by some aging questions.
Next time, can we get something past 1980? Can we do that?
Well, you're old. I figured you'd know half of those.
Man.
That was like right in your wheelhouse.
I'm proud of my Nagurski answer.
I got that many wrong.
How the hell did I get that many
I
wrong?
like how it says take a new quiz. Oh. Would you like to test your Golden Girls knowledge at some point?
No, I wouldn't.
How well do you know the Golden Girls' Betty White? So, yeah. Do you remember the 1980s? And can you pass a modern technology test?
Oh, boy.
Those are two quizzes that go side by side, aren't they? Good stuff. Good stuff.
Keep me away from the U.S. Congress test. I'll tell you that. Keep me away from that one.
Awesome. What else you got?
That's probably written when George Bush was the POTUS.
Busher.
The POTUS.
Bush.
I'm light, man. I ain't got much. Ain't got much.
Some scotch. Yeah. Tape.
I'm good here. I feel good about it.
Yeah. Slow news week. Not much going on in the world of sports. The only other thing that we could even remotely talk about is the fact that the men's U.S. team that's about to go into the World Baseball Classic is absolutely dominating everybody that they're playing right now in these exhibition games. I think they beat the Giants 25-1, and then they played the Rockies and beat them 14-4, and they're just roundhouse kicking everybody in the face.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So
kind of anticipated.
Kind of a fun thing to... You come off the Olympics, and now we go into this, and so you got a little bit of patriotism from what happened with the Olympics rolling into this, and so it's getting a little fun. I think those games kick off over the weekend, and then that ends, and then you immediately roll into another kind of patriotic thing where you're like, all right, let's see what we can do in the FIFA World Cup type of stuff that's happening, and it's being hosted in America on our 250th birthday, and you're like, all right, let's go, man. So
yeah, you pump your fist at soccer all day. That ain't gonna happen.
It's March. I'm trying to get excited about something.
No thanks.
I'd go if I had the opportunity. I'd go to a game
alone.
No,
have a good time.
There's quite a few people that would go with me
for the experience.
Yeah,
just for the experience.
Well, it only happens once every 4 years, and how many times do we get to host it?
How many times have you watched it?
Twice.
Cool. Out of how many?
I don't know. It only happens every 4 years, so
cool. You are getting up there in age, so you've had multiple opportunities to watch it.
Yeah.
Cool. Have a good trip. Have a good trip.
I'm telling you, man.
Don't take pictures.
It wouldn't be terrible. I've been to one soccer game. It was an MLS game over in Minnesota. The Minnesota Loons took on the Seattle Sounders.
Oh, Sounders mopped up on that one, didn't they?
I don't remember. I think it was like 3-4 something.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
It's kind of a weird cultural thing.
Riveting soccer game.
But I do believe the popularity of soccer has now overtaken the popularity of baseball in America. I think it's number 3 now.
That's what they say.
They got things moving up, so it's interesting to see kind of the landscape shift.
I'll watch it when it takes over the NFL.
I would be careful what you wish for at this point.
You're right. I'm speaking something into existence. I will follow you and watch you.
Just because of when you look at
college football is going to overtake NFL.
I am not an apologist for soccer at all. But when you look at the popularity of the World Cup versus what happened, and I get it, the World Cup happens once every 4 years, so it should be popular. But, they get 4 billion people to watch the World Cup every time that it's on. You get, 120 million to watch the Super Bowl every single year.
Mm-hmm.
So, you could see the disparity in popularity as well. But, more people play soccer is what it is. But as I've stated my concerns before, if the NFL continues to want to try to grow beyond what their value is and try to reach other demographics that don't care about them as much, and soccer continues to bleed into America and starts to become more popular. It
sure.
could very well. Quietly, one of the juggernauts out there for most popular sports is F1 racing. There's a ton of people that have fallen in love with F1.
NASCAR did that too. NASCAR had this resurgence, and they came back, and they were the hottest thing ever. And
early 2000s.
And they had about a 7-10 year thing, and all of a sudden, stands are half full again, and it's right back to what it was. Yeah,
people like soccer because you can get in and out real quick. It's only about 2 hours. There's no commercials really. The thing that I don't like is how much discretion a lot of the officials have on the game.
Yeah,
where they can determine their stoppage time, all this other stuff. They just decide when they're going to blow the whistle, even though stoppage time has been concluded and all this other stuff. So that's kind of one of the things I haven't been able to get my mind wrapped around. But there's people that enjoy it. The only thing that sucks about soccer here is you can't watch any of the good stuff unless you're up at 5 a.m. to watch the actual good players that play over in Europe.
You've really turned a corner.
Or I'm actually talking positively about soccer.
You were kicking soccer's ass when this podcast first, not today, but when we first started, you were kind of kicking soccer's ass. Yeah. And then beat the hell out of me for bringing WNBA into the mix. Remember that? About midway through?
Don't get me started.
Yeah, but look at you turn the corner. You're growing up. Yeah. You're maturing right in front of me.
Jeez.
Right in front of me. Did you say cheese?
Here comes the heel turn.
Cheese.
No. It's just, I think it's interesting when you look at, like,
cheese,
how things are changing and the growth of stuff. And I'm surrounded by it because, like, half of my friend base is, like, turned into people that actually care about soccer that didn't before. So it's just it's interesting.
That's what's happening.
I can't really get into it, though. It's similar to, and I was thinking about this earlier today. Just trying to come up with topics to talk about for the show, which worked out really well because this is just a flipping hodgepodge of nothingness. So
I think it's great.
But
I think it's great.
But I was thinking about hockey, and I was like, I think it's the same reason why soccer doesn't appeal to me, because it's a bunch of these foreigners playing a sport I don't really understand, and I could make up the excuse that it's just they're all a bunch of weenies flopping around doing their.
But here's
I just realized what I said.
Yep. Yes. Yes, you did. Here's what I can get behind. Not so much the weenies flopping around, but what I can get behind.
No, you get in front of those.
The athleticism of some of the players is, I mean, it's legit. The crowds are legit. They will pack. They will pack that stadium at 70, 80,000 people.
Insane.
Exactly. I could get behind that piece. Because people, if they love it, man, you're all in or you're all out. That's what I find with soccer. I kind of find the same with hockey and a few other sports. You're all in or you're all out. You don't just dabble a little bit here and then whatever.
I mean, they borderline function as gangs over in Europe. Where they're like, well, you'll be walking down a street and like, this guy's a Kansas City Chiefs fan. Let's beat the shit out of him type of thing. And they will.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
They've killed people over stuff like that. And maybe it's not as bad as it used to be in the early 2000s and all that, but it's just like.
I mean, there's some serious athletes, though. And some of the shit they're able to do and these little conundrums they're in where they're flopping their body this way and that way and doing all this stuff. And, I mean, it's I wouldn't do it.
I do garner some respect for it at the end of the day. But, again, it's like I just don't know if I can put the time or effort into learning or even wanting to find a team to follow at all. It just doesn't interest me really at all.
I was 50 years old before I realized it was a pitch.
Yeah.
I mean,
life's a pitch. Kick it.
Yeah, son of a pitch.
So, I don't know. I think the World Cup is interesting every now and again just because of and that just goes for the patriotic pride in it. Like, it's our boys out there doing whatever, you know. And I think it gets kind of similar where the whole world is better at soccer than we are. So I think it would be really funny if we could find a way to, like, be good and, like, compete on this world stage.
Listen, there are some Americans that will fight you for that statement.
Which statement?
About the best players are in Europe, the best players are overseas.
Then prove it. Finish higher than.
I get it.
Like, actually qualify in your own thing.
I get it, but as you're obviously dipping into this whole soccer world, read around. Like, check things out. You will find people that are very pro soccer. United States is right there. We've got better athletes. We find it. You'll find it.
No, we don't.
And you'll
see we don't, because all of our better athletes are doing what, Kelly?
Other things.
They're playing football. They're playing basketball. They're playing baseball. That's what they're doing. That's been the whole argument for as long as I've been alive as to why we can't compete in soccer, because the best of our best are playing our sports, not soccer. And now you've kind of got a couple trickling in, but it's never going to be fully guaranteed. Whereas when you go over there to those goofy mouth MFers who all speak with peanut butter in their mouth and talk about soccer, all of their best athletes are going over there and playing that game.
You're not wrong.
But if our third best athletes can compete and beat them against their best athletes in their own sport, that's what I find incredibly hilarious, and that's what I want.
I understand. And you're not wrong, and I'm not going to dispute that. I'm not challenging you.
And that's the most arrogant American thing I can say, and somebody's going to be like, oh, man, I can't believe you just said
that. Fits this show, and that is perfectly fine. And you're not wrong, and I won't dispute that. If you want to gain traction, you've got to find the people that I'm talking about that are gonna just blow this thing up. That American soccer, it has come full tilt, and we can compete with anybody. If you want it to take traction and keep gaining popularity, you've got to get more people on that wagon, right? And that's where you find them. I don't know if they know anything about soccer. I don't have any idea, but they just have to advocate very, very strongly and put things out there that are going to get a lot of clicks and generate a lot of momentum and do that type of thing. I mean, that's what happens. When it overtakes college football or the NFL, I'll pay attention. But until then, those two, that's where my attention goes. And predominantly college football. Yeah, that's where
I don't know if the product will ever reach that because, I mean, even right now, our own MLS gets mocked at for being what it is compared to what everything is overseas. So if you want to go ahead and make the argument or try to convince me that American soccer is right there with everybody else, maybe on like a whole national team stage, there may be like B+, but when it comes to league comparison, it's nothing. You know, it's like the UFL versus the NFL. It's great that you exist. It's great that you like to play, but you're not near the same thing.
In my own office, and when I say office, not my individual office, but our collective office, I damn near watched a fist fight break out in a break room one day because somebody made a derogatory comment about soccer saying, oh, that's just for kids that aren't good at anything else.
I love that.
And the person that was standing there that heard said conversation, kids were very, very involved in soccer. And it got real heated. And I'm just scrubbing dishes, right? I just want to clean up some dishes and get the hell out of there. And it got pretty tense. It got pretty tense.
That sounds
because again, soccer. that's for those kids that aren't good enough to play anything else. Oh man. Oh,
but at its core, that was a personal dig at their kids. Not it's like they weren't defending soccer; they were defending their children.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yes. Hell of a comment to make. Should have read the room a little bit better. Maybe should have understood the participants that were nearby. You say things like that, you better get ready. However I feel about soccer, I can say whatever I want. I'm not going to make that comment in the presence in that type of situation. Because I'm telling you what, I have never washed freaking dishes so fast in my life as to that day.
I would have slowed down just to see what was happening.
No, sir. I wanted out. I did not want to be a witness to anything. I did not want to testify to anything. I wanted no part of any first report of accident forms.
Yeah, it's fair.
First report of injury. However that goes.
Yeah. I do think that there's a ton of athletes had they not devoted their time to playing these other sports. I think if they grew up and went to these schools, because there's 14-year-olds that they get sent off to soccer school over in Europe and Great Britain and all that stuff because it's so important, right? Mm-hmm. If we were doing that same thing with our athletes over here and putting the time and effort into it, I have no doubt in my mind that we would absolutely ruin the game of soccer. It would be our version of basketball at the Olympics.
I'm just going to put this out there. I know a dad. Whether or not he listens, I'm not entirely sure. But I know a dad, I will not reveal, made a statement to me, and it went just like this. Put quotes around it all day. My kid is fat. I want him off the video games so he can go run around and play soccer. End quote. That is how it went. My jaw hit the floor, and I'm like, that's about as honest as a person could be. I don't think you want to... let's not repeat that at the dinner table, unless you want a real quiet dinner, however that goes. But that was said to me. My kid is fat. I want him off the video games. I'll go watch him run around and play soccer. Wow. Just wow.
I mean...
I'm going to leave that right there.
It does require a lot of cardio. Requires a lot of cardio to run up and down that field and not score any points. So a lot of mental toughness, Got to overcome a lot of that boredom. So
you think I've got a skewed attitude towards the sport? Well, maybe not.
It would be interesting to see an alternate reality where you could peer into it and go, all right, show me the reality where the United States of America invests all of their pro athletes into soccer being the number one sport and everything else comes second. Because I just think as it goes with everything else, I mean, we talked about it last week with hockey. Hockey's not even our sport. It's Canada's sport. And we're beating them at their own sport.
Yeah.
Yes. We're being competitive because the percentage of athletes that are going on to be professional hockey players has to be 0.5% compared to what it is for those that are going to the NBA, the NFL, baseball, like all of that stuff, right?
Yes.
You have to think it's just a much smaller community of people.
Yeah.
So
did you just see me disappear there for a second?
Yeah.
Holy shit. Yeah. Something completely overtook my thought process. I was looking at you, but through you.
Yeah.
That was weird. Yeah. I didn't like that.
Me neither.
I don't want to go back there.
It's very uncomfortable.
Roger that.
Anywho, yeah, that's what we get to look forward to. But, I mean, tis the season, right? I didn't really want to go over NFL Combine stuff because that stuff's just boring. There's just we made fun of it last week where you're taking hand and arm measurements and people are running fast and some have good training sessions and others don't, and it just is what it is.
The kid that jumped 45.5 inches on the vert, impressive.
Yeah, sure.
Impressive. Tall drink of water, pretty slender dude, 45.
Absolutely.
0.5 inches. He was up there.
It's a lot of inches.
It's like you could count a lot of time before he touched the ground.
You think he used any techniques to improve his aerodynamics when he was going upward?
Oh, yeah. He totally inflated his pecker.
Yeah. He probably...
And left it inflated.
He probably didn't even...
kind of like a balloon.
Yeah, he probably didn't even touch it with his hand. He just thwacked that thing over and...
Whacked that thing over. Even the Combine has weenies flopping around.
Dude.
Man, I'll tell you.
So many wiener jokes today.
I feel like you just got to hit the closeout song. It's just where we are.
Quick short story, and then I'll close it out. So when we were in high school, there was this is just what guys do, whatever. We were sitting in the commons area. There was this piece of paper that was getting slid around it, and it actually had gone from the commons area, made its way to multiple classrooms, and then found its way back to us within a couple of days. And it ended up in front of me and another kid named Chris. And right as it ended up in front of me, security guard walks by and was like, "What is this?" Well, it's a picture of a wiener flying through the mountains. And people had taken it and added onto it, and it had become like this class project that had made its way through the school. Well, It had made its way in front of us at just the right prime opportune time, right?
Yeah.
And so, we got blamed for it. It was one of those things where they took us down to the office and sitting there, and they show the assistant principal or whatever, and he opens it up, and it's folded into fours, right? And you could see the look on his face when he opened it up, and he's like, "I was 16 once too." He totally understood it. He's like, "Your punishment is you have to sit in here for the next 15 minutes with me until the bell rings, and then you can go, but just don't let it happen again." And it was just one of those really surreal moments where you could, it brought him back 20 years or whatever it had been, or however he was at that time. He was like, didn't say anything, didn't reprimand us, nothing. I remember when I was 16. Totally.
Great answer.
Yeah, and we didn't say anything. And it was one of those things where we didn't want to rat anybody else out because we didn't contribute to it. But it ended up in front of us at that point in time. So you're trying to be a homie and not well, it wasn't us, it was him. And then you lose a friend, and then it's a whole deal and whatever else. So you're trying to take the fall for something that wasn't yours.
Yeah.
But I mean, this takes me back, this episode, talking about this type of stuff all the way to high school. So
can I tell a story?
Yeah.
Real brief about taking the fall?
Brief, nice.
Real brief about taking a fall.
Yeah.
8th grade. Edna Gums.
That's
was
not
the
a
teacher.
real person. Were you reading
Edna Gums.
Is this a Roald Dahl story?
Negative. Edna Gums. She was advanced in her years.
Yeah.
She used hair coloring and must have used hair coloring on the daily. And by late afternoon when it was hot, because it's eastern South Dakota and it was getting hot, shit was running down her forehead and running down her face, right? The hair coloring was. Edna Gums.
That's from a
Couldn't
movie.
see an inch in front of her face, had these thick glasses where she looks at a map, people are waving back at her, that type of thing. But she could hear like a freaking precision hawk. And it was amazing. Anyway, she couldn't see shit, right? And we had some jokesters in the room, more so than me, that were flinging these oversized rubber bands around, like big rubber bands, right? And boom, they'd shoot them across the room. Bam, kid would take one on the side of the head. And Edna couldn't see a thing. She could hear, the thwack of the rubber band, or she could, hear a kid kind of do whatever it was. Anyway, they'd shoot him at me because, Kelly's in the back of the room. We're going to shoot him at Kelly. And man, I'd take him out the forehead and the chest and everything else. Well, I grabbed them, and these were desks where you raise the lid, right? And I had this nice little bar across the inside, and I was hanging all of these rubber bands. So finally, one flies back to me. I take her off the side of the head. I pick it up. I raise my desk to hang it in there, and Edna just happens to see that. And down the aisle she comes, lifts my desk, and I've got like 20 freaking rubber bands hanging in there. I look like the guy now that's been slinging these rubber bands all over the damn room.
Right.
I actually got my head closed in the desk by Edna Gums. She made me put my head in the desk and close the damn lid on it, and then confiscated all the rubber bands. I got sent to the principal. My parents got talked to, the whole thing. I was merely collecting them to stop them from flying around the freaking room.
Edna Gums.
And Edna catches me hanging one on my desk.
What a name.
And then clasps my head shut in my desk 8th grade, never forget. Took one for the team on that one.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, way to go. Way to be a team player on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
How attractive
First head injury, right there. Edna Gums.
How attractive would a woman have to be for you to want to proceed towards marriage if her name was Edna Gums?
Not answering that.
I'm just saying,
because I'm thinking, I'm trying to remember if Edna was married.
Wow.
I don't even know.
No,
what
I'm not talking about
was.
your Edna. I'm just saying, if casually you walk
I know,
up,
but I don't want
you
to
walk
dog
up
on Edna's. I don't want to.
No, you're at the bar, you're single, all this other stuff, right? You're a young, strapping man, just trying to find your way. You walk up to a lady, you're like, "Hey, my name's Kelly. How are you?" Blah blah blah, and she turns around and she's beautiful, right?
Yep.
She opens her mouth and says, "My name is Edna Gums. It's nice to meet you."
Done deal. She's good looking. She's got a great personality. Probably super intelligent. Yeah.
Sir.
Yep.
Yeah. That's a name, man.
We're locking it up.
That is a name right there.
Yep. Edna Gums. I'm not lying. Edna Gums. Gums.
R.I.P.
No, it has to be. Has to be. Why am
I? No doubt in my mind.
No. Didn't even know if we were going to make her through that year in particular. Not a chance. Man.
All right. Hey, if you want to be a part of this dumbass show, you can definitely be a part of it. You can either hit us up at thearmchairauthority@gmail.com, or you can follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Links are in the description. If you want to support this dumbass show, you can also buy a t-shirt at tpublic.com. That link is listed in the description as well. Plenty of different color varieties that you can choose from. One logo. Pick and choose what you want over there. That would be fantastic. Yes, I have to go to Minnesota next week. So we'll kind of play it by ear. I don't think we're going to miss any episodes because this one at time of recording will go out when I'm in Minnesota, and then when I come back, we'll record one for the following week. So we should be all good. But in case you miss us for 1 week, that is why, just due to travel schedules and things of that nature. So looking forward to watching some baseball. Weather's going to be nice. I think it's supposed to be 70 this weekend at some point, which is crazy for March.
Damn close today.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I'm ready, man.
So am I.
I'm absolutely ready. Let's get outside. Let's shake off this seasonal depression and start doing some fun stuff. So we love and appreciate you guys. Hope you guys have a good rest of the week, and we will chat with you soon.
Love you, Edna.
They know the game, but they're keeping it fun, poking fun at the stats. They're second to none. From fantasy